Hey, what's up guys, it's Pluto here, welcome back to another video here, and today's video is actually going to be how I broke my jaw. Now yes, I did break my jaw, and it was actually in 3rd grade. It was actually a little while ago, and because I actually broke my jaw, I do actually mumble a little bit, because of it. Because I never really mumbled until after I broke my jaw, and after I broke my jaw, I kind of mumbled, and you may have noticed that in some of my videos, and I am absolutely sorry for that. I will try my very best not to mumble, and I've actually turned down the volume of the gameplay in the back, because I realized that the volume might be a little bit too high to actually, like, hear my legit voice at times, which is absolutely fine. It doesn't matter. Now, basically, in this gameplay that you're gonna see, I do go sweaty, try hard, and I do camp a lot, so I'm very sorry. I did want to kind of go for a lot of kills. I'm pretty sure I broke 100 kills in this gameplay, or it might have been another gameplay, I don't know. But as of now, I mean 7-0. I'll check on it every now and then. Now, basically, yes, I get back to the story about how I broke my jaw. Now, this was in 3rd grade, and in 3rd grade, I didn't really have any friends that were my age. I had friends that were 2 to 3 years older than me. I was like the little guy, the underdog of my group of friends, because for some reason, everyone in my neighborhood, they weren't my age for some reason, and I don't even know why. It kind of confused me a little bit, and but you know, I was fine with it. Now, me and a couple of my friends, it was actually just 2 of us. I remember it's exactly 2 of us. Not gonna say their names. I have said other people's names in previous videos, but I'm not gonna say it here. But basically, we went off, and we were heading to our friend. We'll call him Ahmed. That's obviously not his real name, but we're heading to Ahmed's house, and Ahmed was, picture a dude who's like medium height, skinny, and plays tennis, and he has glasses, but he was actually really cool, and he had a lot of video games, and whenever we came over to his house, we played a lot of video games. It's actually really fun, in my opinion, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I love being at his house too. So we were heading over to his house, and his house is only down the street, so what we did is we rode our bikes and whatnot, and we were getting close to his house, right? And all of a sudden, we saw, well, no, we didn't see anything. Sorry, kind of mixing 2 different stories. It was, like, I don't know, 6 years ago, since this happened, so it's kind of a little bit blurry in my head. But I was heading over to his place with my friends, right? And you guys know these little sand patches, or like little like gravel patches on the side of the road, right? That are just there, and I can't explain it. It's like little tiny rocks and gravel just on the side of the road. Sometimes you'll see them in the middle of the road. I'm pretty sure, guys, that you all know what I'm talking about. And you know, as a kid on my bike, I was a little bit reckless, and then I rode my bike really fast, and I just messed around the whole time. I wasn't careful, and I was gonna kind of go through the sand patches, and the sand patch is right next to his house. I mean, here's the sand patch on the side of the road, and then if you just walked up the sand patch, you would have been at his house. It's right there. And I was gonna ride through the sand patch and up into his yard, place my bike down, and go inside his house. And I skidded on the sand patch, and I flew over my handlebars. Yeah, I flew all the way over my handlebars, and you guys can kind of tell what happened next. I flew over my handlebars, and what was really stupid is my whole body, including my shoulders, landed in the grass. My whole body, including my shoulders, landed in the grass, but my head up landed on the sidewalk. I slammed my chin on the sidewalk, and it was horrible. I pretty much completely just broke my jaw. And right as I fell and I slammed my jaw on the ground, I tried to open up my jaw, and it barely moved, and it immediately got stuck. Like, my jaw was stuck. I couldn't talk, and it was horrible. And keep in mind, I was with 2 other friends that was right by Ahmed's house, so I ran straight into his house to go check on, you know, just go look at myself in the mirror, because when they saw me, they were like, dude, you have blood all over your teeth. And I was like, are you serious? I was scared. I couldn't talk. I went into the mirror of Ahmed's house, and all I saw was blood dripping down my entire teeth, and it was nasty. I was like, I was so scared that, you know, I couldn't move my jaw, I couldn't talk, I couldn't do anything. So what I had to do was I had to just run outside. So all that I did is I ran outside, and my friend stayed there. Well, yeah, my friend stayed there, and we had one of my friends' mom walk me back home, because obviously it's not a smart idea to keep riding my bike. So we had my friend's mom walk me back home, and what was really funny is I tried to talk. I was trying to tell her that I broke my jaw, but I didn't know that jaw was a word back then. I was trying to say I broke my chin, but obviously since I can't move my mouth or make, you know, movements with my, you know, lips, I could try, but I couldn't move it. I couldn't move my mouth. I said I broke my shin, like you can't understand that, and she thought I kept saying I broke my shin, and she's like, no, you didn't break your shin. You're clearly walking on it now. You're fine. I was it was the worst. I got so frustrated. I was like, my chin, and I was pointing at it. And she wouldn't even look at me. I was pointing at my chin and noticing how I was locked open. She didn't even notice. So we got to my house. Like I said, it was down the street. And my mom, she was like watching some Law and Order. So it was just chillaxing, not really caring about anything. And all of a sudden, she just sees her son, blood all over her teeth, and like a locked jaw, and just blood dripping from my chin because the sidewalk scraped my chin. And I went to go. We had to go to the doctor, so we went to St. Francis, and I had to actually wait like 10 minutes. I had to wait 10 minutes to actually get my jaw checked, and I remember getting drugged. So they put me on these drugs, right, and on these pain medicines and something to help my jaw. And basically, I don't know what happened, but this medicine literally made it so that my jaw could move again. I can't remember much about it. I really can't, because I was on drugs. I don't know if they put it back in place or what they did to it, but then I could actually move my jaw. I couldn't. It felt weak, and I felt weak in total. I was on drugs, so, and it just felt really weird. I felt weird, and I do remember actually getting Wendy's afterwards. But then, like, the next 2 days later, no, it was the next day, it was the next day, I had to go to the dentist, or this, like, dentist doctor type thing, and they had to wire my teeth shut. So what they did is they put these wires in my teeth, at, like, my canine, not my canines, at, like, I think that's what they're called. No, not my canines, my chompers, whatever they are, the back teeth that you use to crunch your food, whatever. They put these wire clamps down, and like on my teeth, and I couldn't open up my mouth. Like, I could open up my lips, but I couldn't open up my mouth, so I couldn't eat. And I could drink and like eat slushies and stuff, but that was it. And it was horrible, and I had to literally talk with my jaw clamped together. Like, for the past 2 weeks, I would talk like this, like, hey, what's up? I would talk like, oh, I'm not gonna keep doing it. It was horrible. I would literally talk like that, and it was the worst. And I couldn't, it was so uncomfortable for me. I couldn't open up my mouth or anything. And basically those 2 weeks were kind of hell for me. I remember going to school, and literally my jaw was clamped together on my birthday. So it was so weird. It was only a couple days from my birthday when I broke my jaw, and now on my birthday, my jaw was clamped together, and I can't eat anything. And I was miserable. I was crying on my birthday. And what sucks is, there's a thing at my school called field day, where the whole day is off and you go off out in a field, mess around, play games and stuff. And I remember that field day, okay guys, field day was on my birthday, and I thought that was so cool, but my jaw was clamped down, and it was clamped together. So literally, I had field day on my birthday, but my jaw was clamped together. So the teachers wouldn't let me do anything on field day. I still went to school, but all that I could really do is play kickball. And I couldn't go out in the outfield just in case if I hurt my jaw. So it sucked. Field day literally sucked. And also the September birthday month thing at my school, where they celebrate the whole month birthdays of September. They'll give you ice cream and stuff. I couldn't eat my ice cream because my jaw was kind of together. It was so horrible, and I didn't like it. But then eventually, my jaw, after the 2 weeks, the wires are taken out. I remember being on drugs and seeing these images, because like my eyes were closed the whole time, but I was awake during all of it. I couldn't really feel my mouth. I could feel my cheeks stretching because, you know, the dentist needed to get inside my mouth, and like it was absolutely horrible. So basically, yeah, just don't do what I do. It was probably one of the worst weeks of my life, and it's funny how I'm making this video about the worst week of my life, and yet there's also a video of the best week of my life. Just last video, actually, or last 2 videos ago. So, you know, I don't even know how to end off this story. Let's just say that I broke my jaw. It was horrible, and and it's why I mumble. So if you guys don't like dealing with my mumble, then just don't watch my videos. If I don't care. Actually, do watch my videos. You should. But, you know, it's been Play-Doh, guys. I'm out.